This is the Ultimate Direction Fastpack 30 pack, and as you can see, I've been using it more as a mountaineering pack, but this pack is actually designed for long distance hiking, fast packing, ultralight backpacking. This pack was sent to me through a company that works with Ultimate Direction for third-party reviews. And so they sent me this pack along with one of Ultimate Direction's jackets for testing, and I've been testing them thoroughly. And yeah, I just want to get into it, what I like about it, pretty much everything. I love this pack, which is saying a lot because I'm using it for intentions that this pack isn't even designed for. But I really wanted to test it heavily and see if I could take this pack to its limits, which I don't think I did. It is important to note that mountaineering or alpine climbing is a little bit harder than walking down a trail, you know, on a pack, and so I expected to see some wear, and we're going to kind of look at that together. Basically, I've got two tools on the outside of the pack and crampon strap to the outside of the pack, and potentially where the picks of the tools are rubbing on the pack, there might be some wear, I'm not sure. I left the pack in its fully packed form after I got off of a climb because I want to show you everything that I'm able to carry in this pack. It is kind of a trail running type vest type suspension system, which I definitely favor. That's the system that I've been going to. The primary pack that I run is the All Mountain pack by Ultimate Direction up here, which is more of a durable mountaineering, ski mountaineering kind of pack. For most of the climbs, that's what I would have been doing had I not been testing this. So I just want to start on the suspension system here, the straps. So typically, since I'm out in the cold, usually around 0 degrees, I run a thermos with tea in it, so I just slide that into the water bottle holder here for a soft flask, but it fits this fine, and I've done this with this pack every time I've used it, and it's fine. It's not stretching this or wearing it out, and I do it every single time I wear the All Mountain with no problems. And so this is a 24-ounce thermos, and it gives me hot tea for hours up in the cold mountains. So then I usually run snacks and stuff like that in the remainder of the pockets here, as well as my Garmin InReach. Over here I typically throw my glacier glasses in here so I can pull them out easily once the sun comes up. More snacks, and then my radio. It also has two zipper pockets on each side, as you can see here. I did take some video out in the field with me wearing the pack. Here's the other zipper pocket. So you can check that out right now. I'm wearing the Ultimate Direction Fastpack 30. 6 foot, 160-ish pounds. I got the small medium. That's the pack that they sent me. I'm kind of pushing it a little bit. I'm running two technical tools, 2 poles, a pair of snowshoes, really a pretty heavy mountaineer's kit, probably pushing the weight of it a little bit. Helmet, bunch of layers, bunch of gloves, tons of food. I had 2 liters of water and a liter of hot tea. So really pushing the pack, and it's actually been fantastic. Honestly, super nice pack. If I could get myself onto the CDT, it would absolutely be the pack I would wear. One thing is, if you guys carry cameras, like a capture clip like this, typically it would go on the strap, but there's no room to put it because of the pockets, which I love the pockets. And honestly, these pockets are fantastic. There's so many of them. You got a zipper pocket. You can stash foods, phone if it's not raining. Garmin here. You got another pocket here. And you got a pocket here. This is where I usually stash my tea, so it's accessible.
Another pocket here for whatever you want, maybe a soft flask or whatever. I just put my headlamp in there because I was done with it. I also have my glacier glasses in these pockets. Another zipper on the right. But my point is that if you carry a camera, you have to put the capture clip on the chest strap, which has actually worked out fine for me. I haven't had any complaints. But yeah, really like the pack. If you're using 2 tools with it, which is really not what it's meant for, the picks on the tools might tear up the soft mesh a little bit. I'll have to see if it's done that yet, but it definitely would in time. I'm just trying to push it a little bit. Otherwise, I'd be using their all mountain pack when I'm out doing this, but I'm really just trying to test it out and see what I can and can't do with it. But it's super comfortable, fits close to the body. I definitely want to get some running in it just to see how well it does. So yeah, but I'm definitely a fan and I will continue to use it. It's fantastic.
Okay, so back to the front of the pack. As you can see, I've got 2 tools here and a pair of crampons. Actually, on Ultimate Direction's website, what I'm using as ice axe loops are actually meant for trekking poles. So I can't complain too much because I'm using them for a different job than they're intended for. However, I'll show you some footage of how the axes kind of flop around on the pack and what I did to remedy that. Again, I always strap my crampons to the outside of the pack just to make room for gear on the inside. With this is a Sea to Summit strap, but any of these little elastic type straps will do. So you can see I've got this little gear tie here, hooking the picks together so that they don't flop around. But like I said, here's a clip of what it looks like if you don't do that. If you only have one axe on the pack and you don't have another pick to attach the other pick to so they don't flop around, there are some gear loops down here at the bottom that you could put that gear tie through and secure your ice axe pick. Okay, in this front little stretch pocket, which I love these things for easy deployment of gear, I have a pair of light fleece gloves that are touchscreen compliant, which I really like to use, and then a beanie, and that's pretty much what I throw in the front of the pack here. That's about it. Sometimes I'll throw my first aid kit in there. You have a large zipper pocket here as well. Typically what I put in this is GoPro batteries, camera batteries, here's a permit for climbing Mount Shasta, headlamp batteries, lighter for the stove, just things like that. Okay, so the way to get into the pack is kind of interesting, and I've secured the opening 2 different ways. Right now, because the pack is pretty full, I've secured it to the compression straps, which I think is a cool way to secure this pack. It makes it look more like a climbing pack as well. So there's buckles on both sides, so you can just unclip the buckles on each side, and then it has this roll down enclosure, which I'm a fan of. And then it has Velcro, so you can just pop it open. And so I want to show you how much stuff I can fit in this pack and still be very comfortable. I have up at the top here just a Nalgene, so easy access during breaks, and then a layer, which this happens to be the Ultimate Direction Ultra Jacket, which they sent me as well. I'll be doing a review on that within the next day or so. My helmet, I always put this at the top so I know where it is, so if I happen to sit on my pack during a break, I know where to not sit. So, helmet at the top. Under my helmet I always put my food bag, which obviously I carried quite a bit more than this for the climb, but yeah, food bag. I always use a food bag so my food doesn't get dispersed all over the place. After that, I have an ultralight soft shell jacket. After that, I have my heavy gloves. These are the Black Diamond Guide gloves, which came in handy on Shasta because the temps did dip below 0. Then I have my heavy down. This is an ultralight parka, so though super warm, it's super light. This is the Rab Infinity Endurance, if you're curious. Discontinued, but if you can find it, really, really good jacket. And then another Nalgene. So that is everything that was in the pack. It also has inside here a place for a water bladder. So as far as running this pack as like an ultralight backpacking pack, I do believe that it's highly capable of doing if you have an ultralight sleep system. I haven't done it like that, but for curiosity, I think I might load it up as such and just see how it looks and feels. Alright, so now I kind of got this pack rigged up as a super light overnighter. I even threw some poles on it to simulate if I was going to bring poles on a backpack trip. I've got inside the pack, I have a 2-man tent with rainfly and footprint. My poles right here on the outside of the pack, the poles for the tent, not my trekking poles. In the front here, I literally still have nothing. I have a ton of space still. This huge pocket here. I have the zipper pocket that's still empty. I have put my cook system in here, which I still have room inside the main compartment as well. Ultralight titanium pot with an ultralight stove, fuel, and lighter. Right there. Ultralight rain jacket from Ultimate Direction. I have my food bag, of course. Ultralight touchscreen gloves, which are great for backpacking. Ultralight soft shell. Extra pair of socks, just I threw it in there just cause. Here is my 18 degree, which is technically too warm, most likely, 18 degree Rab bag. This weighs, I want to say it's around a pound. Phenomenal bag. Here I have my 14-ounce sleeping pad, 4-season sleeping pad. Big Agnes footprint for my tent, Big Agnes rainfly, and Big Agnes 2-person tent. So as you can see, this pack with all that gear in it was actually lighter than I've ever ran it before, and I was prepped for an overnight. Technically I should have had a little bit more food in there. There was plenty of room for that, and then also my bee-free water filter, which isn't with me right now. I would have thrown in there too. That takes up no room. If I was backpacking, most likely I'd have a lot of water nearby, or water supply, and so I would have been running soft flasks in the front only. I would not have any other water. I love soft flasks. Ease of access, lightweight, that's all I would have been doing. And I would have had all this room still, which would be fantastic. Now, like I said before, I wanted to touch on whether or not the picks on my tools had worn at the front of the pack at all. They were sitting right here. There's zero wear at all. I've been running this with 2 tools. I've done it now 3 times on 3 big climbs. Mount Hood, I took this pack up to the summit with 2 ice tools, Mount Shuckson with 2 ice tools, and then Mount Shasta with a walking axe, which has a sharp pick on it, and an ice tool because we were going to traverse over to Shastina, and I heard there was some water ice on the route. So, with that being said, this pack weighs in at just over 1.5 pounds. I believe it's 1.52 pounds. 100% polyester, super light, super comfortable pack. I really, really love it. I thought that I would be using this pack on the Infinity Loop, which I'm doing in July. I plan on using the All Mountain for the climbing aspects of the loop. It's roughly a 140-mile loop, which includes 2 summits of Mount Rainier and then the circumnavigation of the mountain via the Wonderland Trail. But I think this pack is too big, so I'm really interested in their hard rocker pack, which is, I believe, a 15-liter pack. Ultimate Direction also has a new pack called the Trail Vest, and I'm kind of interested in that as well. I think that would be better suited for 30 to 40 mile days on the Wonderland. I just feel like this pack is probably too big and too cumbersome for high mile single days. This is something that I would be bringing if I were to do, say, like 50 miles or more and would want to sleep. But anything under 50 miles, I pretty much wouldn't bring a sleeping system. I would just do it in a day. And so I definitely want to get their either their hard rocker, which would kind of be on the big side, or their trail vest, or maybe they have something else in mind. But it depends on you and how much gear you think you need to carry, what you're comfortable with. A lot of people would think that this is the ideal pack for, you know, hiking, let's say 30 to 40 miles in a day, because you may need more gear, especially if you're hiking it, because you're going to be out there longer than if you're running it. So I love the pack. It's fantastic. I'm definitely going to use it all the time. One other feature that I should mention about this pack is it has a zipper that will allow you access into the pack from the side, so you don't have to get into the top enclosure, which is fantastic. As you can see, I just pop the side zipper there and I can get any gear that I need. That is a huge plus, and I think all packs should definitely have that. This is definitely a feature-filled pack, and you know, I would love to get on the CDT or something like that, and this would absolutely be the pack that I would be using for that. It is absolutely perfect for any long distance trail like that. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the Ultimate Direction Fastpack 30. Be safe in the mountains.